y'all, and welcome to the Crazy Sock Lady YouTube channel. My name is Kay, and this is my channel where I share all about my making adventures. Today is May 23rd. It's almost 8:30 a.m. This is episode 231, and there's a lot to share. I have 2 finished pairs of socks. I have 1 sock work in progress. I brought down Wyatt's sweater to show you. I also brought down my English paper piecing and my plastic canvas tissue box cover. So lots to talk about today. There's some stuff that arrived in the mail, new summer sock camp prize announcements. I'm looking around at all the things here on the desk. So let's go ahead and jump right in. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as The Crazy Sock Lady, and I will have links right down below this video to everywhere that you can find me, as well as links to any project pages for knitting or crochet projects that I'm working on. Shops will be linked. All that's linked right down there for you. So I hope that y'all are doing well. I hope you had a good week since we last chatted. It's been a busy one around here. I feel like we've been nonstop, but it has been so good. Everything has just, my cup feels so full, and life is just, it's just good. So yeah, lots going on around here, but all good things. School is ending tomorrow for my boys. Kind of a little bit of life stuff to start off, I guess, here, but school is ending tomorrow for my boys for the year, and summer sock camp starts tomorrow, so I hope y'all are ready. It's gonna be lots of talking about socks, even more than usual, probably. I've decided, before we jump in with finished objects, I've decided my scrappy blankets are going into hibernation. This basket right here, which still has a tag on it, which is ridiculous because I've had this for years. This basket, I think the tag side was sitting against the wall. That's why I didn't even realize it was still there. It used to be out in the room out there, but I moved it in here to clear up a little bit of space out there. And all of my scrappy blankets are living in here, and they are going into hibernation for it this summer. Unless I change my mind and I want to work on them. At the moment, I just don't want to touch them. And I'm not going to force it. I don't ever force anything like that with my making. If I don't want to work on it, it goes into hibernation for a bit. Or if I really don't want to work on it, I'll frog it. I'm not one to push it. So they're in hibernation right now. I worked on my jelly roll a few days since the last episode, but I think I worked on it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But I haven't touched it since. So it's in hibernation as well. I just don't want to touch the blankets right now. It's been warm. The weather is beautiful. And I want to sit outside as much as I can. And I'm not taking a scrappy blanket to sit outside in the summer. So they're in hibernation. It's going to be mostly socks. I'm still going to work on Wyatt's sweater. I will say I'm kind of hitting a block with it as well, only because I want to be sitting outside. And there are so many different pieces of paper that I have to have out for it. And I don't know if y'all have ever been to the Midwest here, but it's windy 99% of the time, I feel like. It's not a light breeze, it's windy. So I can't have like just papers everywhere outside. It doesn't work. So I'm kind of hitting a block with it, but I'm going to make sure I sit down and work on it 4 rows a day. That's like 20 to 30 minutes depending on how distracted I am in the row. So yeah, 4 rows a day. That's what it's getting. It's not that I'm not enjoying it when I pick up to work on it. It's just I would rather be sitting outside or playing in the flowers or making bread. That's a whole new thing. We'll talk about that in life stuff later. But anyways, all that was a long way to say the scrappy blankets are going into hibernation. You won't see them for a little while. Finished objects. I finished my scrappy socks that I was working on, and I finished these May 17th. So it's been a bit, but I already want to work on, start another pair. So you'll probably be seeing more scrappy socks very soon. But this is the latest finished pair. I did these on 9-inch circulars, so I used a US 0, 2mm. I use a US 0 for 9-inch because my gauge is looser on that small circumference needle. Not everyone's will do that, so if you're new to 9-inch, that doesn't mean you need to do that. It's just trial and error. See if your sock's bigger, your gauge is different. But yes, US 0, 2mm vanilla socks on 9-inch circulars. Looking looking to see if there's any notes I made about anything I did. 25 rounds for the cuff, knit 2, purl 2, rib. I think I did about 60 rounds for the leg. I changed colors every either 5 or 10 rounds. So you can see I did like 10, 5, 10. It was just depending on how much yarn I had, because some I had less than the others. And then I think that was it for these. I don't think there was anything else. I just wove in my ends when I was done. It didn't take me any time at all. I think it took like 20 some minutes per sock. Easy peasy. This was pair 33 for the year, and I started them on May 10th and finished them on May 17th. Love them. Scrappy socks, I feel like just knit themselves, especially something about starting one sock. Like I started one, did the 10 rounds, started the other, did the 10 rounds, and then I worked like one color, one color, one color, one color. So I did them at the same time kind of, but on different needles, and they just flew. It seemed like so much fun. I went through and grabbed more scraps and added it to the bag with the leftovers from this. Some I just need to put into a magic knot ball because there's not enough to really do anything with. But that bag is ready to go. It has needles in it and everything for the next pair I decide to cast on. I am also saving all of my yarns from socks that I knit that are like the bright 80s, 90s themed yarns or just bright yarns for summer sock camp. I'm putting those into a Ziploc bag over there, and then I'm gonna do scrappy socks with those leftovers. I think that'll be fun. This is my next finished object. This pair I decided to do for my niece, Lily. This is Stitchin' with Yarn. Back to the 90s sock set. So it was a full skein, and then the mini skein was this. These ones I did 64 stitches. Typically in the past I've done 60 for Lily, but I decided let's go up to 64. I knit a shoe size up from what she's wearing so that hopefully these will fit her next winter, maybe the winter after. I don't know. Kids, you just never know. Are they going to go through a growth spurt? Or are they going to stay the same size for a while? But I decided let's go ahead and go up a size in circumference and in like foot length for the shoe size. Just because she is growing. So I want these. She won't wear them during the summer. So I'm like, I'm knitting them now, but they're not for now. So let's make them a little bigger. Can't go wrong with that, I feel like, with kids, because she will eventually grow into them. These ones I did on 9" as well. So US 0, 2mm, vanilla socks on 9". I did 25 rounds for the cuff on this one as well. Knit 2, purl 2. I did 5 rounds with the mini and then switched over to the main skein for the rest of the 20 rounds that were left. Did the mini for heels and toes. This was pair 34, and I started these on May 11th and finished them on May 21st. They were a lot of fun. This yarn, this was my first time working with Stitching with Yarn. I love the base. The yarn is gorgeous. It worked up beautiful, and I may have 2 more skeins here from her in the mail pile, and there's some more in there. So you'll be seeing her yarn quite a bit. Will be one that you'll be seeing throughout summer sock camp. I don't really have a plan, saying that though, I don't really have a plan for yarns I'm going to work with. I did put together the basket. This is all new yarns. I've been on a lot of yarn buying thing lately. So this is all new. I couldn't resist it. You guys have seen it recent weeks, but I'm going to pull some from there, but I don't really have a plan. I'm like, I don't really have a plan for summer sock camp. I'm just going to grab whatever I feel like tomorrow and start something. I'm hoping to go into summer sock camp with no sock works in progress. I do know I still need to cast on my May Freckled Whimsy Christmassy Yarn Club. So I will cast that on tomorrow probably, and then also start something else maybe, in the hopes that I finish this pair I'm about to show you and have no works in progress. If I don't finish this pair, I will finish this first and then cast on something new, but we'll see. This is in a bag from Midwest Stitches. The yarn that I'm using is the May Yarnable colorway, Berry Citrus Bliss. I need to remember to put that name on the Ravelry project page. I don't think I did. I put that it was yarnable, but it's Berry Citrus Bliss. I have one done. It's a very good possibility that I could finish the second one. It is working up so fun. Is it gonna focus? There we go. Working up so fun. See, I've got my markers there. You can tell where I am on the second sock if you know how I use those. There's a video showing how and why I use those. Have a progress keeper on here from Crazy Chicken Lady Creations. And the second sock. This pair is also for my niece, Lily. I did 20 rounds, knit 2, purl 2 for the cuff. I'm doing, I think, 50 rounds for the leg. 10, 20, 30, 40. Yes, 50 rounds for the leg. Vanilla socks on 9-inch circulars. The usual. Did these 64 stitches and the next shoe size up for her as well. I think that's about it for these. Hoping to have them done today. I am on the heel flap. I didn't say that. I am on the heel flap, but I'm only on the second row of the heel flap. So it started at least. I'll work on this while I edit today, and then anytime throughout the day that I get a chance to work on it, I will hopefully finish it this evening while we are watching TV. Let's see. Let's go ahead. I'll show you Wyatt's sweater. I didn't work on it for a few days. There were a few days that I was just too busy. Didn't have a chance to work on anything, really. So those days happen, though. This is the sweater, the Sovereign sweater by Megan Babin. I'm using Knit Picks Swish Worsted in Pinecone Heather. And here's the back. Oh, I thought my stitches were about to go off the needle, but that was just the cable needle I was feeling. You could see my progress. That's where I was last episode. So I did make a decent amount of progress. Just skipped a couple of days because I was too busy, but this progress keeper is a coffee pot from Twin Mountain Handcrafts. So yeah, that's the update on this. I'm just gonna keep working along. I know every little bit adds up to progress, so even if I don't get much done, it's still progress. English paper piecing. I've made some progress on that. I have got the latest flower that I finished attached. I'll show you the full quilt top there, but this was the latest flower. It's done, it's attached, and I'm currently working on bordering it in the white. So I will finish off all the white around there and then start the next flower. Still just not wanting to put this down whenever I do sit down to work on it. It's such a fun and beautiful project. Plastic canvas is my only other work in progress. It's in my sewing basket. I haven't worked on this since Sunday was the last time I picked it up, I believe. I am doing a tissue box cover. It's a kit from Mary Maxim. And I'm on the last piece. I don't remember if I'd finished this last week or not. So I did finish this, the second butterfly. So that's the last butterfly. And now I'm working on another side with flowers. So I've got a good bit done of this piece. I just haven't had a chance to pick it up. Maybe today. Probably not, but maybe. So we'll see if you see this next week. If there's some progress made on it, I will show it next week, but we'll see what I get done between now and then. All right, so that's it for works in progress. It might be a little bit shorter today, but that's okay. that's all right. There's not always going to be a ton of things to show, and that is okay. So next, I'm looking at my notes, let's chat summer sock camp, because it starts, for me, I'm recording this on Thursday, so it starts tomorrow, but if you're watching this on Friday, it's the start of summer sock camp. It's so exciting. So just run over a few details in case you are new or you've missed something. Summer Sock Camp is just a sock make-along that I host every summer. It's my little baby and I love it. It's so much fun. It starts May 24th and runs until August 31st. It is knit or crochet, any sock, any yarn, any pattern, any size, knit or crochet any sock, and it will count. Full details for the make-along can be found in a pinned post on my Instagram. The Ravelry group for Crazy Sock Lady, which is always linked below, has a chatter thread which has full details, and then also on episode 226 I kind of went in more depth about all the details for summer sock camp. If you want to participate for prizes, I will be drawing 4 prizes from the hashtag on Instagram. It is hashtag Summer Sock Camp 2024, or you can participate by chatting for prizes by chatting in the chatter thread in the Ravelry group, and then there's also a finished object thread, and that is where you would post finished pairs of socks. You do have to complete a pair to post it in the finished objects thread. The other 2 places are just participate, use the hashtag, chat in the chatter thread, and I'll draw prizes from those 2 places also. The FO thread will be up when, well, actually I say that, it'll be up May 24th. This goes up really early in the morning before I even sit down at the computer, so it will not be up when this goes up if you watch it first thing. But it will be open May 24th. Works in progress are allowed. Mention that as well. I don't think there's anything else that I need to cover with that. We do have merchandise available on the Spreadshirt shop that has the logo. So here's our logo created by Savannah of Monster Knits. You can get this coffee mug over there. I liked it on the black. There's a white mug as well. T-shirts, hoodies. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff over on Spreadshirt. So you could head over there if you want something with the Summer Sock Camp logo. We do not have exclusive yarns, bags, anything like that, but you can get merchandise with the logo if you want. All right. Is that it? I don't think there's anything else. Reading through my notes really quick. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. Other than I do have the list of new prize donations that we have. I didn't say that in the Crazy Sock Lady Ravelry group, we do also have a list of shops that have 80s, 90s themed items, since that's kind of the theme for the logo here. These are not exclusive items or items that are required for Summer Sock Camp, just if you want some fun things that are kind of going along with the theme. And then I have a list over there that is a list of all prize shops that have donated prizes, designers that have donated patterns as prizes. There's coupon codes over there, so be sure to check that out. Check these shops out that have been so generous with prizes and coupon codes for y'all. All right, I think it's just a list of prizes since last episode. So we have from Gypsy Soul Fibers, 1 hand-dyed sock set in the Fizzle Pop colorway on her 80/20 swanky sock base. And she also has a coupon code for 10% off everything. The code is SSC2024 and it's good through August 31st. And all these shops are linked over in the Ravelry thread with prize donations, and the coupon codes are listed there as well. So I go through these kind of quick on here, but you can find all the information in the Ravelry thread. Crystal T Knits donated 3 sock patterns, winner's choice, and gave a coupon code for 25% off using code SOCKCAMP2024. Then we have some patterns from Marina, and I'm so sorry, Marina, if I mispronounced your last name. Grozdeves? I probably butchered that, and I apologize. But she's donated 3 patterns, winner's choice, and her patterns are also 75% off through September. So you can, there's no code needed for that. There's just a sale on her patterns throughout the summer. Carol of the Woolen Frog donated 2 bags from her shop. The winner will get to choose the project bags, and she has a coupon code for 20% off. The code is SOCCAMP2024. Slip Slip Sis Designs has donated a $25 gift card to their shop, and they also have 10% off their entire shop using code SummerSockCamp24. Those are our prize donations since last episode. If you would like to donate a prize, please email me at crazysockladypodcast@gmail.com. I just need a link to your shop or your Ravelry shop, whatever the shop may be. And if it is a physical prize, I need to know if you are mailing that prize out, if you have any shipping restrictions, like you ship to the US only, anything like that, so that I can make sure you're matched up with someone when we draw prizes. And I will be drawing prizes throughout, so at the start of Summer Sock Camp throughout, anytime, and then also at the end as well. I almost forgot to include this. There is a coupon code for Summer Sock Camp that is good for all of my patterns, socks, anything you want to use it on. I left it open for everything. The code is SSC24, so SSC24, and that will get you 15% off all through camp. So it'll end the end of day, August 31st. So that's good on Etsy and Ravelry. Just put it in during checkout. Do check, make sure it applies before you check out, because I cannot make any adjustments after the purchase is made. But yes, I hope that y'all head over, enjoy the discount, check out all the discounts that the other designers and shops have provided. There are so many coupon codes, so many prize donations. It's going to be such an amazing Summer Sock Camp. So, all right, I think that covers all the Summer Sock Camp stuff. I hope you guys are excited. Let me know below, are you casting on a ton of new things today? Are you casting on one new thing today? Are you focusing on works in progress? Do you have your yarn picked out, planned, patterns planned? Are you team chaos? I've always said I'm team chaos. Like, I just, whatever I feel like casting on, that's what I do. So I'm curious what the majority is doing. What are y'all doing? All right, mail. We have got a few things over here to show. I'm gonna open something really quick, so be right back. All right, I had something still in the packaging it came in. So the first thing here is from Leap of Faith Yarns. She sent over these for me and then also for a Summer Sock Camp prize. So I'm gonna show mine, but then I do also have the same thing all packaged up for a Summer Sock Camp prize. So this, the mini skein set is Valley Girl, 5 20-gram minis. And then the full skein is Like Totally. As always, the camera. I need to ask Wyatt, he's my camera guy, to take a look at my settings here. Can I make my camera like these bright colors better? It's gonna be my question for Wyatt when he gets home from school. So can you guess what I'm gonna do with these? If you've been around for a while, these are definitely getting blown out. So let me see if I can adjust that so you can see that's better. Still, I feel like it's getting a little blown out, but that's much better with these colors. If you've been around for a while, can you guess what I'm going to do with these? Scrappy stripy socks. So what I'm thinking, I think I'm gonna do those for Summer Sock Camp. I'll probably cast these on then. They're going in the basket back there. And then the other one I will draw for a winner sometime throughout camp for that one. Then I did order some yarn from Stitchin' with Yarn. I just can't resist, and especially now that I've knit a pair of socks and I know how much I like the base and how the yarn worked up and the colorway, and yeah. So I ordered these. This is Old Glory. This one will definitely probably be getting knit in around July 4th. And then Too Cool for School sock set. So it's a full skein and then 3 mini skeins. They're beautiful. Couldn't resist. Could not resist. Last thing I have to share is from Barley Pearls. They sent over a few project bags. How cute. These are zippered boxed bottom bags. And then this one's mine, but they will, I think I talked, it was last week or the week before, at some point I've shared that they have donated a project bag for summer sock camp. It will be this bag, and then the winner will get to decide if you want, I can't remember all their options off the top of my head, but the zippered, drawstring, there's a bunch of different options that you get to pick from to customize your bag. So this is the one that they sent me. They asked me which one I would prefer. I said zippered with an attached handle. There's the inside, some pockets. All right, that wraps up the mail that I've got to show this week. So that kind of wraps up all of the knitting talk, into life stuff. We are still watching Alone. We finished season, I think it was season 4. I don't even know. We're just watching through them, so I just lose track of what season we're on. Maybe it was season 5. I don't know. Still watching that. Still watching Survivor. I think was the season finale last night. I'm not sure on that, but watching that. I'm caught up on When Calls the Heart. And speaking of When Calls the Heart, I am still reading the books that the show was based on. I finished the first book that I think the show was kind of based on When Calls the Heart, the first book. And I'm reading the second book, When Comes the Spring. Did I write that down? When Comes the Spring. Yes, it's the Canadian West series is the name of it. So I'm on book 2. Other than that, life stuff. I already went through a little bit of it. School's out tomorrow. The boys are excited. I'm excited. So not sure what we're going to get into this summer. Probably not a whole lot of anything crazy, just normal stuff, but I'm excited to hopefully spend some time with the kiddos this summer while they are out of school. I've been baking like crazy, cooking, and I am not usually someone who enjoys cooking a meal, like dinner. I don't enjoy cooking dinner, usually. Sometimes I'll get in a mood to. I used to, back when we first got married, I loved cooking. I loved it. And I feel like I've kind of gotten back to that. I have just been, I think a lot of it is I can get so busy and I can have so much going on around the house or, you know, my making even, like, and I get so focused on all the things that need to be done that I just don't just slow down and enjoy the process of something sometimes. And it's all pressure I put on myself. There's nobody in my household putting that on me. It is all from me. So I'm trying to really learn more to just slow down. Like if you don't get all the things done in one day that you wanted to get done, the world will not end like you think that it will. So in doing that, I've really come to enjoy, again, so many things. So I've just been enjoying, honestly, lately, taking care of my house, baking, cooking, taking care of my family. And it's not that I don't enjoy those things all the time. I mean, I don't always enjoy cooking, I said, but it's really just I'm slowing down and I'm shifting priorities and focus, and it's just been making me so happy. There's been so much going on life-wise and changes and all good, and it's just creating so much joy and happiness in me. That's kind of where I'm at. So the baking, I've dove into sourdough. I know I'm way behind on this, but I just didn't have a desire to. I was too busy. I just did not want to learn it and do it. But I've been doing so much reading and research on sourdough and how some gluten sensitive people, because I'm sensitive to gluten, I'm not a celiac. I just have some tummy issues, don't feel the best when I have it. So I've been doing a lot of reading on how some gluten sensitive people can tolerate sourdough and ways that you can make it even more so you can tolerate it, like keeping it in the fridge for longer and just different things. I won't go into all of it. Definitely do your own research because I am a beginner at all of this if you want to dive in and try it. But I've been enjoying that. So I ordered a starter. I asked on Instagram stories help to get started. Where should I look? What should I read? What websites? What YouTubes? All those things, and so many good recommendations. I still haven't looked at all of them. but I've went through quite a few, and I ended up ordering a starter from King Arthur Baking because I figured can't go wrong. Ordered a starter from them. It was a recipe that made 2 loaves. It was not gluten sensitive friendly. Just say that. But it was delicious and my family thoroughly enjoyed it. It was one that had yeast, so it was a quick rise, and you don't let the dough sit for long periods because that is what helps make it more tolerable for gluten sensitive people. It really breaks down the gluten. Like I said, I'm not going to go into all of it because I don't know all of it. I'm no expert, but that one I just wanted to dive in. That was on a pamphlet that came with my starter. And it was what they recommended you start with if you're just using your starter and sourdough, like you're a complete beginner. So that's where I started. That turned out amazing. So I dove in, made my first like actual loaf. So I'm going to post a picture here. When I pulled that out of the oven, I almost cried. It was so ridiculous, but if you do sourdough, you know it's a process. And when you're doing your first loaf, I'm like, what if I go through all of this process and then it does not turn out? And the dough was really wet for that first loaf, and I was sure that I had ruined it, that there were so many reasons why the dough was probably wet, but I was like, this is a waste of my time. This is not going to turn out. And when I pulled that out of the oven and I could hear the crackling that it was doing, I was like, that's amazing. I made that. I was sending pictures to everybody. Everybody in my life is probably so tired of hearing about sourdough. Let's just say that. I apologize. Jenny, Eric, Wyatt, Austin, I'm so sorry. Elena, even when she comes in the house, I'm terribly sorry. But they're all enjoying, other than Jenny, because she doesn't live around here. They're all getting to enjoy the bread. So I made sourdough chocolate chip cookies. Best cookies I've ever had. The recipes that I'm using now, the sourdough chocolate chip cookies and the loaf that I made that I showed the picture of, those are from Farmhouse on Boone. That's been my favorite resource so far. Sourdough Sparrow on Instagram. I've watched a lot of her stuff on Instagram, but I haven't tried any of her recipes yet. So she's another one. I'll link them below if anyone is interested. But that's kind of, I've just been cooking and baking up a storm and really enjoying it. That's kind of the gist of what I've been doing. I did have to take Piper to the vet. She is fine, but we have gates up in the house at the stairs that go upstairs and then the stairs that go to our basement. We put those gates up when we got her. It helps, keep her there and she's not getting into the litter box or trouble or pestering the cats, or you know how puppies are. But she tried to jump one. Austin was coming down the stairs, Austin and Elena, and she was apparently just so overwhelmed with excitement that she ran from one end of the room to the gate, tried to jump it, but didn't make it. And I didn't see it, so I don't know, but I'm not sure if she caught her leg or if she just fell on it or exactly what happened. It is not broken. We had her at the vet. They think she just twisted her knee, so a sprain pretty much. Yeah, she's not slowed her down. She does not whine. She just doesn't put weight on it all the time. She's favoring it, definitely. So in trying to keep a puppy to rest, especially a puppy when you have Dexter in the house, if you've ever been around a Boston Terrier, you know what I mean. They're like a tornado. They are a tornado. She is calmer than him, and will he be 3? I think he's going to be 3. I don't even know. He might be 3 already. Or he be 3 in June? He's going to be 3 in June, yeah. But he is a spaz. He is such a spaz. It's just that breed of dog. And yeah, so those two together are insane. But yeah, she's fine. It's not broken. She gave us a scare, that's for sure. All right, I think that's it. Looking down, I don't see anything that I've missed. I hope they all enjoyed this kind of, I feel like, all over the place episode. I feel like I was very rambly today, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're excited about summer sock camp starting. Yeah, let me know below. Plans, no plans. Whips, new cast-ons. What are you doing? I'm curious what everyone is doing. We will see what I do tomorrow. I have, as usual here lately, I have some baking that I'm going to be doing tomorrow. Because like I said, this is Thursday when I'm recording. It'll go start of summer sock camp. But I have some baking I'm going to do tomorrow. So I don't think I'll get anything cast on until the afternoon, which is crazy for me with summer sock camp starting. But I have some things I need to get started for a church thing that we are going to this weekend. So I will be casting on tomorrow afternoon as long as I finish that pair of socks that I showed, which I should. That shouldn't be any problem to finish those tonight. They're for Lily, so the foot is not as long. All right, I need to go finish some coffee and get some work done. I hear the dryer just kicked off, so I need to go switch laundry. I hope that y'all are having a good day. Hope you're having a good start to summer sock camp. I hope you have a good Memorial Day weekend, and I will see y'all again next week. Until then, happy making. Bye.